Yo, it's Neighborhood Hero J Loco here, man. Back with another one. And, first off, right off the back, I want to say welcome home, Max. Feel me? The way you finally home. No more free Max B. Now it's Max B free. You dig? So welcome home, Boss Dawn. The real one's been holding you down the whole time you've been gone. But on September 16th, 2016, it was announced that Max B took a 20-year plea bargain for aggravated manslaughter. A lot of rumors were surfaced about how Max got a 75-year conviction knocked down to 20. So let's let Max explain it in his own words.
Okay, so explain to everyone how you go from 75 to 12.
Well, I went back on post-conviction. My sentence was vacated for 75 years, so I got back on. My first appeal was denied. Then when I went back on post-conviction, I found ineffective assistance against my lawyer, and before the case came back before the judge made an actual decision or decided to turn the whole case over, I pleaded out. I couldn't go through waiting for another decision on the court, or another letdown. So I took the 20.
What happened with him is, long story short, his lawyer that was representing him was also his entertainment lawyer. And
SALUTI?
You can't be both. You can't be a person's...
Oh, wow.
Yes, SALUTI, yep. You can't be his criminal lawyer and his entertainment lawyer. So the issue was, Max presented to the court. He was telling me to go to trial. SALUTI wanted me to go to trial because he said I could beat it. They didn't have any evidence on me. And in the midst of me beating this, it was people waiting on him like 50 Cent, Diddy, mad different people. You know what I'm saying? Wanted to holler at him and do business with him. So he was just looking at it from a financial aspect, which was a conflict because he wasn't thinking about the criminal aspect. So, long story short, Max B was given relief that his lawyer, there was a conflict of interest, and that his lawyer was ineffective because he never told them about a deal. They he said he could have got like 15 or 20 years. He could have copped out instead of going to trial, and his lawyer never told him about the deal because he was more focused on him winning the case so he could get out and do business.
While Charlie was allegedly planning this robbery, which of course we deny, and we await the day in court when Charlie's finally vindicated and can really get on with his career and press on with his albums and things of that sort. She was high on ecstasy by her own admission.
What was crazy to know, because, Gerald SALUTI, rightfully so, he got a lot of flack after the case for the way he handled it and the way he was going about it. But what y'all might not know is that not only is Gerald SALUTI a bad lawyer, he's also a snitch. Now we're going to break it down. So in 2007, the film called American Gangster came out, which was based on a true story in which Denzel Washington portrays a drug kingpin known as Frank Lucas. Now some love the movie, but some say it was a little too noble, Like Denzel was a little bit too noble in the film. Like they say Frank Lucas wasn't really like that. Like they say he was a liar, an a-hole. But in the movie, Denzel is real honorable and stand up. So they say Frank wasn't really like that. But throughout the film, the main cop trying to take Frank down is his Newark detective, known as Richie Roberts, played by Russell Crowe.
Mr. Roberts, taking the prosecution's side, give us U.S. versus Meade, subject, issues, what the determination was, and what it means to us today. Class, you'll be critiquing Mr. Roberts, so pay attention.
Now, in real life, back in the 70s, just like the movie shows, Richie went from being a detective to an attorney, and he helped indict and prosecute Frank after he helped the team that captured him in the first place. After Frank Lucas turned to become a rat, Richie then became Frank's defense attorney. I know, crazy, right? He helped put him in jail, and then he helped get him out. He helped get him in trouble, then he helped get him out of trouble. But, that's a true story. But that wasn't the end of Richie Roberts' story. Fast forward, in January 2018, Richie was sentenced to 3 years probation after pleading guilty to federal tax crimes. According to prosecutors, Richie and his law firm pleaded guilty to failing to pay his personal income taxes, and to pay the employer's portion of federal payroll taxes for his law firm. So he didn't pay any taxes for himself or for his business, basically. And you know how Uncle Sam feels about tax evasion. Now, if you want to hear some irony, in the movie, there was this infamous scene where Richie Roberts, he finds $1 million in undocumented bills in the trunk of a car. And instead of keeping the money, like a lot of pigs would do around that time, he turned the money in, which turned him to an outcast within the precinct. Because, you know, this the wild 70s, and nobody likes a Boy Scout.
How much is it? $987,000. Oh, what happened to the rest of it?
Now, I don't know if this really happened or not, but if it did, you know, Richie must have had a complete change of heart by the time he became a lawyer, because in 2019, he was sentenced to 5 years probation after he pleaded guilty to stealing over $140,000 from 4 clients. And guess who his partner in crime in this case was? None other than Gerald Saluti Jr. himself.
Your Honor, today Mr. Saluti Jr. has agreed to enter into a plea agreement, the terms of which are as follows. He agrees to plead guilty to count 1 of an accusation charging him with third-degree conspiracy to commit theft by failure to make a required disposition, violation of NJSA 2C5-2. Additionally, Mr. Saluti agrees to pay restitution in the amount of $137,652.54, which he agrees to make payable by March 21st, 2019. He also agrees to voluntarily forfeit any law license he may still obtain, although I believe he does not have one at the moment, and he agrees not to seek any reinstatement of any law license in the future in any state, and he agrees to cooperate with the state as it pertains to his co-defendants.
According to the Attorney General's office, the $140,000 that was stolen included settlement awards owed to the clients that Roberts and Saluti were supposed to hold, and escrow accounts. Now, Saluti worked for Richie Roberts' law firm at this time, and Richie admitted that he stole $20,000 in clients' funds from his law firm's attorney's trust account to make alimony payments, of all things. Now, Roberts was also sentenced to 270 hours of community service and will have to pay back an undetermined amount of restitution. And, you know, the state also recommended he serve a year in jail, but you know how politicians and cops do. They never do no real time in jail for their crimes, you feel me? But Saluti, he cooperated with prosecutors and took the stand against Roberts and was sentenced to 4 years of non-custodial probation and 200 hours of community service. He pleaded guilty to a third-degree conspiracy charge, and he already paid $137,652 in restitution.
In principle.
Oh, are we talking principles?
Richie, a cop who turns in this kind of money says one thing. He turns in cops who take money. We'll be fucking pariahs.
Yeah, well, then we're fucked both ways.
Not if we keep it. Only if we don't, then you're right, we're fucked, but not if we keep it.
Now, what was most damaging, more than having to pay the money back, or the community service, or the reputation of taking a big hit, is that Roberts and Saluti actually had to forfeit their law licenses and would never practice law in New Jersey again. So, you know, that's good at least. You know, at the very least, you know, you can't be lawyers in New Jersey again, but who knows? They could probably just go to another state. On the sadder note, one of the elderly victims, she explained that how she sought the help of Roberts and Saluti after her son was struck and killed by a driver. She says she held $100,000 in court from the driver's insurance policy, and that money, she said, was stolen out of the account as a part of the scheme. They just some low down dirty dogs, man. These are the same people. You know, Richie Roberts, he was a detective. He helped take down criminals for a living. Then he became a defense attorney. Helped put criminals in jail for a living. And the whole time he a criminal himself. And Gerald Saluti, it's like, bro, I don't know, your whole reputation, your whole Just everything about you was just done up. Not only did you get max 75 years, but like, bro, you over here stealing like elderly woman's escrow account from her dead son. Like, bro, y'all done up in these streets, man. Y'all are despicable. At sentencing, the judge would state the following words: "These sentences that I've done or are about to do are extremely hard for me. I am so ashamed because what was done to these people was done by lawyers." Amen, man. And I couldn't say it any better, man. The lawyers responsible for Max B and Frank Lucas doing a bunch of jail time, they was criminals themselves, man. It's crazy how this world works, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Do you think they should have did jail time too? Because I definitely do, man. And let me know if y'all knew this story, if y'all know anything about this, man.